Hello and welcome back, children. I hope you all are safe. Today, in this session, we will discuss the ninth chapter from your supplementary text, The Tiger in the House, written by Ruskin Bond. Before we start up with the chapter, let us know about our writer. So, the writer of this chapter is Ruskin Bond, who was born on 19th May 1934. He is an Indian author of British descent. He lives with his adopted family in Mussoorie, that is India. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for his novel in English, that is Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. Children, you might have read many books of Ruskin Bond, and you might have also known that he is also called as Rusty in some of his books. His notable works are A Flight of Pigeons, The Blue Umbrella, and some more books as I have showed here on the screen. Now we will move on to this interesting chapter, that is A Tiger in the House. So children, as you know that the writer of the chapter is Ruskin Bond, now let us know this interesting story written by Ruskin Bond, that is A Tiger in the House. This is a story of a tiger cub who was named as Timothy. Timothy, who was brought to their home by his grandfather. Initially, when Timothy was a cub, he was very friendly with the other two pets in the house. So, who were the other two pets in the house? That is the monkey, Toto, and the other one was a small puppy. But as he grew up, he became very dangerous. So, that tiger in the house itself is understood that it is a wild animal and it is very dangerous to keep a tiger at home. But how did they take care of this tiger, and what happened that they had to leave this tiger in the zoo? We will know more about this story. So Timothy was the name of the tiger, and this name was given by grandmother. And how did they take care of this Timothy? Initially they used to give him milk. So what was the food taken by Timothy? They used to give him raw mutton, cod liver oil, and sometimes pigeons and rabbits were also given for him. So after this, Timothy became very dangerous. They had to leave him in the zoo. So which zoo? In the zoo of Lucknow. So in Lucknow. So after about 6 months, the author's grandfather visited the zoo. And what happened in the zoo? Was the tiger there or he was not there? And how this tiger behaved in the author's house, all that we will be understanding in this story. So one day when author's grandfather was walking down the forest path along with his party, he found a tiger cub and he decided to bring that cub home. It was named Timothy by his grandmother and was brought up on a bottle milk. As he grew up, I told you that he was fed with raw mutton, cod liver oil, pigeons and rabbits also. When Timothy was a cub, he was friends with that monkey. And what was the name of the monkey? That was Toto, and a puppy. Timothy was initially very frightened, but later on he allowed this puppy to sit on his back or rest on his back, and the author became Timothy's favorite when he came to live with his grandfather. So who is the author here? Ruskin Bond. and he would be all around the author and would pretend to bite his ankles. Timothy would sleep in the cook's quarters, and when he became 6 months old, he became less friendly. And he ate small animals and sometimes pulled his chain hard and also snarled at everybody. So, when he was a cub, he was very friendly, but as he grew bigger, he was becoming dangerous. He took Timothy in a first class apartment. So, grandfather thought of leaving this big tiger now in the zoo of Lucknow, at Lucknow. And he took Timothy in first class apartment. After 6 months, grandfather visited Timothy in the zoo and he patted the tiger's forehead, prickled his ears and wagged his mouth, and the tiger started to lick his hands but sprang away when the leopard in the neighboring cage snarled at him. Seeing this, grandfather decided to meet the superintendent and requested him to transfer Timothy to another cage. But he was unlucky that he could not meet him. He went to the tiger's cage, and to his disappointment he bid goodbye to him. Once again he patted the tiger, and the zookeeper recognized grandfather and told him that it is not his tiger, and Timothy died of pneumonia. He also told him that his tiger was trapped only last month and is very dangerous. That is, this tiger which grandfather was touching his ears and trying to tap him. By mistake, grandfather thought that this was Timothy, but the zookeeper informed him that Timothy died of pneumonia. And he somehow withdrew his arm from the cage and he gave a disrespectful look to the keeper and bid goodbye to the tiger. So, children, this was the story of how the tiger was taken care by Ruskin Bond's grandfather, and what were the reasons that grandfather had to leave Timothy in a zoo. So, what is the moral we can learn from this story, children? See, we can learn this moral like compassion and what is freedom and struggle. All these things we can learn from this chapter. And the story teaches us that the basic nature or traits of a person do not change irrespective of the environment in which he or she lives. You may have different morals related to this chapter. We will discuss about this story about grandfather in detail in our online class now. Thank you for listening.